Hello there, it's Jihan from Gigi's Kitchen and I am back with a perfect recipe for overripe bananas. So let's get started with the ingredients for our delicious banana muffins. We have 1 2/3 cups all-purpose flour, a 1/3 cup granulated sugar, a 1/3 cup brown sugar. You can use 2/3 of a cup of granulated sugar if you prefer. We also have 2 medium eggs at room temperature, 1 teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon kosher salt, half a teaspoon ground cinnamon and a dash of nutmeg, 1/4 cup of loosely chopped walnuts. You can also use pecans if you like to, or without nuts at all. We also have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, half a cup of vegetable oil, but feel free to use butter if you'd like to. And the star of this recipe is 2 small bananas. They are overripe. They're about 2/3 of a cup. So my bananas have been sitting on the kitchen counter for about 2 days. Well, more than like a week to be honest, but this is how you want them to look like because they add such a sweetness to this recipe. If they're not ripe enough, you want to put them in the oven and cook them at a low temperature for a couple minutes. Okay, let's get to it. The first thing we're going to do is preheat the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're going to start with our sugars. If you guys have any tips about how to keep brown sugar from becoming rock hard in the pantry, that would be really great. Just add it down below. We're going to mix everything together. Next, we're going to add the oil. Now we're adding 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You can also use banana extract if you want like an overwhelming taste in the muffins. Now it's time to crack in the eggs. You might want to use a separate bowl just in case you want to avoid any unpleasant surprises or any shells in your batter. And we're going to keep mixing with our whisk until everything comes together. Now we're going to add in our key ingredients. I'm going to mash these bananas with a fork. I don't want any big lumps in there. Then I'm going to add it to the batter and mix it again until it all looks homogeneous. Okay, the wet ingredients look all good. Now I'm gonna start working on the flour. Just make sure to whisk it or to sift it a little bit to make sure there's no lumps in there. Just gonna add everything else in there except for the walnuts. Alright, now we're gonna add the wet ingredients onto the flour. And starting this step, you wanna stop using your whisk. Just grab a silicone or a wooden spatula. You don't wanna overwork the batter. If not, your muffins are gonna come out chewy and doughy and it's not really a good taste on them. I'm going to keep moving my flour around until I get a thick batter that we're going to add the walnuts to. Now we're going to add in the walnuts. I am not using the full 4th cup just because I don't want them to be overly crunchy, but it's completely fine to use the whole thing. And since today's recipe makes a dozen muffins, I've already sprayed 12 of my muffin tin holes. You can also use muffin liners if you feel like it, and that's totally up to you. I'm just gonna fill them 3/4 full. You can use an ice cream scoop, that would make it easier. I just couldn't find mine. We are finally going to bake our muffins for about 17 to 21 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. And to decorate our muffins, I'm getting 3 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to melt later. I need also a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon that we're gonna mix together. Finally, after 17 minutes in the oven, this is how our banana walnut muffins come out looking like. I inserted a toothpick in each one of them and they came out dry. We also need to be able to push on them and they should spring back or bounce back to know they're exactly done. So this is our end product. You can't believe how amazing it smells in the kitchen right now. So as you can see, the size is perfect. They have a really nice color around the edges and they spring back when you press on them. Now I'm going to dip them in melted butter when they're still hot, and straight after that in the cinnamon sugar. So it adds a really nice glimmer on top, but it also offers a really great bite. These decadent treats are perfect for morning breakfast or as a snack on the go. They also keep really nicely in the freezer. You just need to put them in an airtight container after you cover them with some cling wrap, and they should keep in the freezer for about 1 to 2 months. If you want to keep them on the counter, they should be good for around 2 days. This is how they look like up close. The cinnamon sugar adds a really nice look to them. It also adds a really nice flavor when you bite onto them. Let me show you how it looks from inside. It's still steaming hot as you can see, but the texture is really perfect and they can be presented warm or cold. It's up to you. If you like today's video, please like and subscribe for more. Enjoy!